What's up? I'm just gonna do a more general view of my portfolio and my mindset and my psychology, because things aren't working out completely as I expected them to, and it's making me overthink a lot. So I think I just need to talk it out, like journaling and stuff like that. So the FOMC is coming up, and I think, I mean, like every FOMC comes and everyone's like, oh, this is the most important FOMC. But I do think this could be a pivot point. I'm not completely sure, but I'll get into what I'm thinking. So first, I'm gonna talk about my stock positions and my metal positions. Then I'll talk about what I actually want to talk about, which is crypto, because I've really only been trading stocks as a mean period for crypto, because basically the one thing that I'll claim I'm pretty good at is Ethereum, because I've been tracking Ethereum for like a year, like pretty closely, and I knew about it like in 2021. I also traded it, but not as closely as this year. But anyways, yeah, I'll talk about my stock positions and stuff before I talk about Ethereum. So, I did get into Uber, and it's kind of ironic because maybe I was just like liquidity, honestly, because I got in at the top, bro. Like I got in 99.42. Like I'm not even sure it wicks that high. 99 point, like literally right at the top, and then it's just dumped ever since. And I was looking into why it dumped, because yesterday I was like, oh, this is a good bounce. Like you can bounce from here, and then it just proceeded to shit itself. And I really think it's because of Lyft, and Lyft had like some very good news, and then it literally spiked up. And I think it's that in I forgot the word, but the Uber CEO or something sold like 20% of his position. He sold like $20 million of Uber stock, and I think that's scaring people also. So I do think Uber is pretty like news driven, which is really unfortunate because this was a really good setup. But I guess, I mean, I remember talking about it in the entry video. I was like, this is the perfect setup. It's just gonna like go up from here. And now it looks like I was dumb, and I'm, the liquidity for the short maybe. Who knows? But I haven't sold it. This blue line is where I put my stop loss. So I was like, if it clears this low, like this 90.84 low, or even wicks below this low, I'm just gonna sell, honestly. Like it's just not worth it for me. And there's a lot of demand here, right? Demand here, demand here. Then there's this low formed here. So it's like, if the uptrend is still intact, I do not think it should be wicking to this. I don't even think it should be wicking to this 90. I honestly think this these this I mean this arbitrary trend line should keep it if the uptrend is still intact, which it might not be. But but yeah, I mean this is an arbitrary trend line, and these things break all the time. I'm not banking on it. I'm just saying like this would be a good area for it to bounce off of, but it doesn't have to do that, and it can obviously clear this low, and then I'll lose like 10%, which is unfortunate, but I guess you don't always win, right? Yeah, and if it does wick below this and it just hits my stop loss, then I'm not going to trade Uber stock anymore, because every stock has its personality. I feel like every stock has its differences. And if I'm just exit liquidity on Uber stock, I'm just never going to trade it again, right? Like if my ideas and what I'm seeing just doesn't work on Uber stock, I'm done with it, right? This is honestly the first trade I've done with Uber stock, and I'm not feeling too good about it, but we'll see. I feel like this is a reasonable stop loss. Um, like I could put it a bit lower. Like I don't know. Like if we're talking about wicks, like maybe I do like, oh, it wicks below this, and I'll put it like at this. But then I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is reasonable, like at the 90, like just flat out 90. There's a bunch of demand here, here. There's demand. It could be bouncing off of these highs also, but I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. Yeah, I really thought this was really good because I guess this was like a false breakout, but even then, I thought this could be like a really good jump area, but the news with the lift and then the CEO selling like right here, I guess really killed the momentum, which which happens, you know. Yeah. Then one of the other stocks I sold was this. I bought it like at 90, and then I wrote it up, and then I saw it consolidating, so I was like, okay, I don't feel too strongly about this stock, and I was on profit, so I was like, why don't I just lock in my 4% profit? I mean, 4% isn't that much, but it's better than losing. You know what I mean? Like the FOMC is coming up. I kind of expect big moves to happen in the FOMC, so it's like this is a very risky stock. Like it's not even profitable. It's very speculative stock, and I just want to cut down on risk for the FOMC, which I feel like is reasonable, right? The reason why I'm not cutting Uber stock, I did take this a little more carefully, but I thought about cutting it, but then I was like, this could be a good bounce area. So, like, if I saw this and someone were to be like, oh, you have to buy in now, I'd be like, like, it wouldn't be my preferred buy in, but I wouldn't hate it either. So, but obviously, if it got below the 90, I'd be like, okay, I don't really know what's happening anymore. Maybe I don't know what's happening right now, but yeah, I do feel like cutting the position at 90 is pretty reasonable, but yeah, it's unfortunate that this position is not working out for me that well. And then United Healthcare, I'm down on this position also. I think I bought in like right here. It went up a little bit, then it's just been going down ever since. I don't have a stop loss set here, but basically if it gets below this blue line, then I'm just gonna sell it because I think it's just gonna spend time down this demand right here. Like there's a bunch of like bunch of volume down here, so it's like I'm not willing to spend that time down there honestly. So I'll just cut it and look for something else. But I do think it could really bounce off of here. I do think there is a chance it could bounce off of here because the trend has changed in my opinion. So this is still something to keep my eye out for. So I'm just holding this position. And then with the FOMC, I am kind of bearish on the FOMC. So that's kind of why I'm also holding United Health because it's a defensive stock, right? It's ironic how I'm down on it a little bit though, but yeah. Some interesting things I've been looking at are Snapchat. Like this volume, I found very, very interesting, very very interesting. I really want to buy into Snapchat, but some of my positions have not been working out for me, so I'm not gonna buy into Snapchat. But like if my positions were working out for me, I would have bought in, but I just don't want to be over positioned in the market because the main concern I have is Ethereum. Like that's really what I'm trading for, and I'm just waiting for Ethereum to do what I expect it to do basically. That's why I'm trading these stocks basically. I saw some insider trades on this and there's a pretty strong uptrend, so it's like maybe it could go even more parabolic, who knows. I've been looking at this one. This stock I've also been looking at. There were some insider trades here. I think maybe it could bounce and maybe break up. Who knows? I wouldn't be too opposed. This really looked like an accumulation to me. Like like we buy here, we push it up, then we sell back down, we accumulate more, then we actually have a breakout. Then this is like some consolidation before another run up. That's kind of my idea, but I'm not in it. Same thing with Costco, although this might be a negative, like this actually might be a sell here. Yeah, this actually might be a short, but this is just something that I'm looking at. Like if this does work out for me, like idea wise, then I might actually be like, oh, I'll put money in it next time. I am being a little more careful. This stock normally when it gets to these levels, it bounces pretty hard. So then it got in these levels again, and there were some insider buys here. So I was like, oh, it might go up. So yeah, honestly, if it closes above this, then I'm just I might put some money in, but we'll see. Honestly, yeah, that's about it for the stocks. For the metals, I mean, gold's up, which is nice. Palladium, I'm about even on. I don't know really where I bought my palladium, but I think I bought it like right here at this wick, and then it sold, then it rallied, then it's back where I bought it at. Palladium's more of a long-term play for me. I'd be looking at selling it maybe like sometime in early 2026, like Q1 of 2026. But I do think there is a developing uptrend. So yeah. And then let's talk about Ethereum. So I've really been like looking at like Reddit. I'm in like some groups and stuff, and so today I saw people saying that they were in FA, like FA, or no, I think it was ETHU or something. Yeah, ETHU, which is a levered Ethereum fund, which is just crazy to me. Like people, like I don't understand this. So people are loading up on this Ethereum levered, and then some people were buying calls on ETH, which is insane to me. And then some were doing it on iBit, and I thought because this was kind of like a smaller community, and I thought these people were smarter, and I don't understand why people would be doing that with the FOMC. Like, why would you be leveraging or doing options on the FOMC unless you know something, right? But this just seems extremely reckless, and the fact that the recklessness is on the bullish side makes me wonder if we're going down, honestly. Because if I look at, bro, I fucking hate drawing these trend lines, but let me, I probably should have drawn it before, but alright, so think about it like, this isn't perfect, this isn't like literally, this isn't perfect, but I will tell you what I'm kind of thinking. I mean, this isn't perfect, keep in mind, but this is like a diamond. If you ask me, this is like a diamond top, and these tops are kind of these tops are usually bearish. So I really do think what's happening here is a distribution, though this is just my opinion. Whatever Ethereum's doing, it's gonna do it soon, because like if you really look at the volume, the volume has been falling, and this always precedes every large move Ethereum has. Like look at this move, volume fell and then picked up. Then look at this move, the volume. Bro, I'm actually gonna crash out by these dumbass lines, bro. Fucking hell, bro. So I guess the volume here was pretty steady, but I guess this isn't entirely true, but it's like right here the volume kind of fell. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not true for this, but usually the volume falls when something happens. I mean, even you can see it here, like the volume fell. Okay, so the volume did fall here. I would consider this manipulation. This manipulation happened here. So I would ignore this manipulation up here. And then we have a run up. I would consider all of this manipulation. Bro, why is this like snapping, bro? Like this right here, the definition of manipulation, bro. Like this is 100% manipulated. Yeah, like manipulation here, in my opinion. So there's two ways for Ethereum. I think it can still go to 5100, but then I think after that it's gonna go back down. And then it will have its rally up. Or it could just go down right here. I don't know what it's gonna do, but it is gonna go back to the bull market support band. It's gonna go back to like these levels right here. And it's gonna scare everyone. And I've been waiting for it to do it, and I do still have some Ethereum. Like I have this position open still, and I think I have this position just to see my mentality and stuff like that. Just to like see my mindset and stuff like that. Yeah. But like this seems like a diamond top to me, and the fact that I saw people like say they're in like two times like the FU stuff, and then they're doing calls on ETH and IBIT, and then I was like, okay, sentiment I've seen is like 70-30. I think I made one video about Ethereum like a month ago, and I would say the sentiment is the same. The sentiment is the same. So you have like 80% of people bullish, and then like 20% of people bearish. And usually when tops happen, they're more like everyone's participating, like sentiment's like 95, 100%, right? But I've been thinking, because this does seem a little bit different, and the way I think about trading is everyone loses. The majority of people lose, right? So, if that makes any sense, the majority of people lose, and that's why I feel like I'm good at trading Ethereum, because that's especially true for Ethereum. And I've been thinking about how does everyone lose, right? And the whole idea is that there is a drop before the euphoric run. The drop catches everyone off guard, and then you have the euphoric run, right? Everyone's bearish here, like everyone's bullish here, they're bearish here, then they're bullish, but then the top has already happened. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. And the fact that I heard people saying they were getting on ETHU or calls on ETH just seems very risky. It seems very reckless, and obviously it's happening at this topping pattern. You see what I'm saying? I don't think retail is really on Ethereum yet, because if you look at Google Trends, it's pretty dead. But yeah, I've been really thinking about, is it going to go to 5100 and then drop, or is it just going to drop here? I still think it's going to go to 5100 then drop, but that is really just speculation. And there's a few reasons. Really, I have two cases. It's the Ethereum Euro, and the fact that Ethereum Euro has not been all-time highs yet. So I think Ethereum Euro will get an all-time high, then immediately like go down. That's just my opinion, though. It might not happen. But the other one is Ethereum Bitcoin. So I really do think we're like, I would say like we're right here for Ethereum Bitcoin, and I think we're gonna have like a drop, but maybe not, honestly. Like, okay, so usually when Ethereum Bitcoin changes direction for like, I don't know, like this happened over like 2 months, right? It sweeps the high, right? So you have this high, you have this correction back to these lows, then you sweep the high, right? You even have this huge wick down, right? Then you sweep the high. Right here, I really wanted us to sweep the high, right? And the thing is, like, you correct up. Alright, so you correct up. You correct up, but these drops aren't even close to these, right? You correct up, you go up. These lows aren't even close to these highs, right? Now you go up, and you see this, like I really wanted like a sweep of this, but this might not happen. and we could just maybe go for like a temporary drop down here. I don't really know what's gonna happen with this Ethereum Bitcoin. This yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. I guess I don't have much to say, but I did really expect like a sweep of this and then for it to go down, but maybe not as prolonged as when it did it here. And honestly, I could have seen like a 2 month drop period because everyone everyone forgets this, right? Like this was so like this period like Q4 of 2024 and Q1 of 2025 was so depressing, right? Like all Ethereum did was go down, right? And people are forgetting that up here. You know what I mean? Like no one would touch Ethereum here. I mean, people actually did. No one would touch Ethereum here. People called Ethereum dead here. People said Ethereum was gonna go below 1,000 here, right? And all of a sudden, all the sentiment shifted up here, and now people are buying times two leverage Ethereum. They're doing options on Ethereum. It just seems, it seems like these people need to get liquidated down here before we have our euphoric run up here. That's just my opinion. But but like the bears of Ethereum that I've been seeing, they aren't doing any reckless stuff. They're not like shorting Ethereum. They're not like leverage shorting Ethereum from what I've seen. From what I've seen on like posts and stuff like that, right? This is just the anecdotal evidence that I've gathered, right? Most of the bearish people are like taking profits up here, right? Or they're like selling their position, right? But none of that is actually like doing anything reckless. You see what I mean? So, and a lot of these bullish people up here are being like, oh, because I've seen people say that the seasonality for September is bad. They've been talking about how the seasonality is bad, and because everyone's talking about how the seasonality is bad, I think it's going to go up. But I think a lot of people have that mindset. Like, oh, everyone's talking about how the seasonality is bad, so it's going to go up, right? And then they do all of this reckless stuff. And then they don't realize that, hey, the seasonality is actually bad. And hey, so many people are doing reckless things with me, right? And then it's going to go down like most seasons. You see what I'm saying? So this is just my speculation. Yeah, I do think it's going to play out, but that is also why I sold this stock right here for a little bit of profit. It's just I wanted more cash. Uber, like if Ethereum goes down a bunch and then Uber goes down with it, I do have my stop loss, so then I'll just take a small loss on that and transfer it over to Ethereum. And then I am going to put a bunch of money in Ethereum once it drops. And the thing is, it might not drop. There is a case where it just keeps going up. But if that happens, I do think the bull run is basically over. Like if Ethereum just from here goes to like 6,000, 7,000, it's over, right? It's over. It's just pack up your bags and leave, right? So that is why I do have like 1/3, but I do not think that is the base case. Yeah. I really do think it needs to correct down here, and then it will go up for a euphoric run. And then that aligns with the seasonality, that aligns with the 4-year cycle, that aligns with everything, right? And I don't think this time will be different. I think this time will be the same as every other time. And I think people think everything's different when it's always the same, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's kind of my ideas for Ethereum and for the stocks and stuff. Stocks really aren't working out that well for me. I mean, this month I'm up, right? Like this stock did well for me, this did well for me, this did well for me. And then I mean just these three positions I'm up 25, right? So I'm down 2 on Uber and I'm down 1.5 on United Healthcare. And then this small play, right, 1.5. This kind of cancels out my United Healthcare loss already. But I'm up on gold and palladium, even though palladium I'm barely up. But you see what I'm saying? this month hasn't been too bad for me. So the thing, now that things are going south a little bit, I do want to be very careful to not give back some of my good gains this week, this month, right? Yeah, cause also another idea I have is that most people beat the S&P by taking on more risk. So when things aren't working out for you and you're taking on more risk, you're gonna lose so much more than the S&P when the S&P goes down. So that's why when like Uber isn't working out for me, when some other stocks aren't working out for me, I'm like, okay, is this a momentum shift, right? Is the S&P gonna go down? What could cause S&P to go down? Oh, maybe it's the FOMC, right? So I am slightly bearish. A lot of people are bullish, honestly. I really do think it's a coin toss, but at least in the crypto world, which I do track a lot more closely, the bullish people are taking on a lot more risk than the bearish people. So I do think that is something to point out. And I guess we'll see what happens Thursday, Friday, and next week, honestly. So yeah, that's it for the video. I'll update you with all of my positions, and I'll journal the Oklo trade later. I'll talk about my exit and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it, and thanks for watching.